Hi, my name is Pat, and this is my channel, Book Chat with Pat, and I'm glad that you're here. Today I'm going to be presenting another book that I have read in the Read 24 in 2024 Banned Book Challenge created by my friend MJ at Reading This Life. Malinda Lo's novel, Last Night at the Telegraph Club, is the story of 17-year-old Lily Hugh, a senior in high school who lives in San Francisco's Chinatown in the 1950s. Lily, the daughter of Chinese immigrants, explores her sexual identity as she finds herself falling in love for the first time with Kathleen Miller, or Kath. Lily discovers an ad to the Telegraph Club in a newspaper. It's a nightclub for women, and she doesn't understand why she is so drawn to it. She also then reads a drugstore novel about two women in love, and she gradually begins to understand things about herself. Lily and Kath are both in an advanced math class, which is unusual for girls in the 1950s. Lily aspires to have a career in space. Kath wants to become a pilot. Again, these are not your normal career aspirations for females in the 1950s. At some point, Kath sees the ad for the Telegraph Club, which Lily had been carrying around with her, and Kath reveals that she has in fact actually been to the Telegraph Club. The girls begin to sneak out and go to the club, where they manage to get in even though they are underage. At one point, the club gets raided. The girls get separated, and Kath gets arrested. In addition to the story of the developing relationship between the two girls, in the background, the Red Scare of the 1950s is going on, and Lily's father, a Chinese immigrant, is being investigated by the FBI. Additionally, there is also the family's absolute rejection of Lily when her relationship with a girl is uncovered. Her mother insists, "We have no homosexuals in this family." Malinda Lo says that she was influenced and inspired by Sarah Waters' novel Tipping the Velvet, by Patricia Highsmith's novel The Price of Salt, by Nathalia Holt's Rise of the Rocket Girls, and by Kevin Kwan's Crazy Rich Asians. The novel has been praised for its accurate depiction of San Francisco in the 1950s and for its sincere exploration of identity and love. In 2021, the National Book Foundation awarded it the National Book Award for Young People's Literature. This was the first time ever that a YA book featuring an LGBTQ woman as the main character won this award. Additionally, in January 2022, it won the Stonewall Book Award for Young Adult Literature, the Asian Pacific American Award for Youth Literature, and a Michael L. Prince Honor Award, which is the American Library Association Literary Award that annually recognizes the best book written for teens based entirely on literary merit. According to the author herself, as of March 24, 2024, this novel has been banned, challenged, or restricted in 64 cases in 18 states. Lo maintains a spreadsheet on her website where she keeps track of all of these challenges and bans. She says that most of her information about the bans comes from Kelly Jensen's newsletter, Literary Activism. At this date, Texas leads the banning of Lo's books with 13 cases, followed by Iowa with 10 cases, and Florida and Virginia both with eight cases each. The novel is banned in 9 counties in Iowa, where Malinda Lo is a co-plaintiff along with Penguin Random House and several other authors in a lawsuit against the state's book banning law. The Iowa law seeks to ban all books with sexual content through the 12th grade, with the exception of religious texts. It also bans all books that address gender identity and sexual orientation. Among the books banned in Iowa under this law are Orwell's 1984, Toni Morrison's Beloved, John Green's The Fault of Our Stars, and Atwood's The Handmaid's Tale. In December of 2023, a federal judge blocked the state of Iowa from enforcing major portions of this law, which had caused school districts to pull hundreds of books from their library shelves. This temporary injunction prevents the enforcement of the ban. In his ruling, Judge Stephen Locker said that the court could not find any other school library restriction even remotely similar to this law. He said that where lawmakers should be using a scalpel, this bill is a bulldozer, pulling books out of schools that are widely regarded as important works. The judge went on, quote, "The underlying message is that there is no redeeming value to any such book, even if it is a work of history, a self-help guide, an award-winning novel, or other piece of serious literature. In effect, the legislature has imposed a puritanical pall of orthodoxy over school libraries." Close quote. Lo's novel is one of 673 books banned in Orange County, Florida. It was challenged and retained in Beaufort County, South Carolina, but retained only for grades 9 through 12. It has been challenged and banned in West Ada South District, Idaho, although the library actually didn't have any copies of the book. In Elkhorn Area School District, Wisconsin, it was among 444 challenged titles. It was retained but designated restricted, meaning parental permission is required to check out this book. In Botetourt County, Virginia, a group called BRACE, Botetourt Residents Against Child Exploitation, is claiming that the public library and the American Library Association are attempting to provide books to children that, quote, distort human sexuality, sexualize children, and confuse them about gender, close quote. So far, none of the books targeted by BRACE has been removed from the library, but they have created a website where they present cherry-picked excerpts from the books that they are seeking to ban. Late Night at the Telegraph Club has been listed here, with passages excerpted out of context under the label "Caution, Explicit." passages where Lily and Kath have their first physical contact with each other. The group Moms for Liberty also shares this specific scene, presenting it as shocking and shameful. There was a challenge to the book in 2023 in Samuel's Public Library in Warren County, Virginia, where the woman challenging the book said she had only read the hand-picked excerpt, which made her, quote, want to vomit. This is what she wrote in her formal challenge of the book. She went on to say that, quote, nothing worthwhile is in this book, a book that she admitted she had never read. She wrote, quote, it is all trash, close quote. When asked on the official form what action she was requesting, she wrote, quote, burn this book, close quote. In another challenge in North Texas, the challenger wrote that the novel depicted a loving relationship based on kindness and compassion, but that she could not condone it because it was a lesbian relationship. Malinda Lo's books, plural, this challenger said, normalize lesbian love, and that is simply unacceptable. In Daviess County, Kentucky, 248 titles have been challenged by the group Daviess County Citizens for Decency. During the review process, all 248 titles have been removed from library circulation and will be returned to the shelves only if the books are deemed appropriate. There was one challenge worth discussing that has had a positive outcome for Malinda Lo's novel. In Florida, a joint Matanzas and Flagler Palm Coast High School Book Review Committee, a committee made up of administrators, teachers, and parents, voted to retain Lo's book in both high school libraries. It was one of 20 books being challenged. Lo's book was charged with being pornographic and inappropriate for high school students. The review committee disagreed, finding it instead to be a coming-of-age story that deals with modern issues that teens face. The committee found nothing objectionable whatsoever on 3 of the 8 pages cited. They found that the other pages, the supposedly explicit content, was actually not explicit at all and was written in vague or implied terms. Committee members said that the book focuses more on cultural issues between immigrant parents and first-generation children, as well as the racism that minority groups have felt in America, especially in times of crisis. These themes and the anti-LGBT sentiment described in the novel are relevant themes for kids today, the committee found. One committee member said, quote, someone reading this story could say, this is how I feel. This is what I'm going through, close quote. And that, it would seem, is the whole point of making books available that represent everyone's experience. So that's a bit about Malinda Lo's Last Night at the Telegraph Club and its history of being challenged, restricted, banned, and in some cases retained in libraries. As always, I thank you for watching. I hope that you're doing well. I'll speak with you again soon. Take care.